Welcome back to another video. Before we get into hands and footwork and all that fun stuff, we're gonna talk about bounces. Very simple, how to get good bounces. You can't get good bounces on this field by hoping to get good bounces. You kind of have to understand what bounces are. So we're gonna get right into that. You guys pay close attention because every bounce, unless you're an Inwood, are all the same. That's supposed to be earth. That's earth right there, it's dirt, all right? Every ball does the same thing. Just some might be steeper, some might be longer, but they're all the same. Let's say that's the bounce you get, right? Once it hits this area, what happens? What do you think the ball is gonna do?
It's gonna bounce again.
It's gonna bounce again. Do you have an idea on how it's gonna bounce?
No, yes.
It's gonna
Maybe depends on the surface that you play on. So when this ball bounces, there's infinite possibilities. It's kind of like chess, right? When you move one square, that opens up 100,000 potential moves, extra moves. So what happens is that that ball takes any weird bounce. So we want to, do you think we want that? Do you think we want to just, you know, this ball is going to bounce anywhere, so let me just see where it bounces and then I'll just react and catch it? You think that's an option? It could be an option. You could have really good reaction skills. If it's hit really hard and you don't have the luxury to move your feet, then maybe that is your option, right? But let's say it's not. Let's say you're good. Do you guys see this bounce right here? What do you think we're gonna call, what do you think we can call this bounce? If we haven't called it yet, which I think we have. We've worked immensely on this. You do 100 of them every day. What is that called? Short hop. Boom, the short bounce. That is the absolute lowest a ball can go. So that is a good bounce to get, isn't it? Because you practice it every day. So if we want that one, we know what to do. We trust our hands. What are the other two phases? What do you think? Medium and tall. I like how you're sticking with the short. So let's say the medium. We're gonna call it the mid bounce, just to keep it a little more simple, but yes, you're on it. Mid bounce, there's one more, he called it the tall bounce, but I want you guys to name it something else. Just think about what you do every day before you even step on the field. You stretch, you warm up, then what? Then you go throw, right? Yeah. Now what are you practicing when you're throwing, when you're playing catch? Yeah, and what else? What about, you forgot that you catch the ball? You're supposed to catch it, right? What kind of bounce is that? It's not a bounce, but if it was a bounce, what would it be? It'd be like a chest bounce, right? It'd be right at your chest. And especially if you're really good with your legs and you can get low and make this bounce right to your chest by sinking your hips and getting low on your legs, boom. We got ourselves a chest bounce. Hands. The transfer. We're about to get started. Hundreds. Boom. Hundreds is one of the things we can do. So with that, how about we just go do that right now and then we come back and do the rest? Cool? Go ahead. Bring it right into you. Right after you pick, bring it right in. Yeah. The idea, right, once we catch this bounce, what do you think we're trying to do? It's simple. It's so simple. Even the caveman can do it. You just got to practice. Throw the ball. And who are we throwing it to? And if he gets it in time, what did we just do? Maybe you just made the play. Beautiful. Now, when we make the play, these are the three keys that are universal. You have to have good hands. You have to have really good transfer, right? Which is what we're going to move on to next. Transfer, safety first. I like the safety first aspect of it, but if you can, let's try to transfer so that we get a grip right away. That's what we're going to work on next. We're going to do hundreds, except we're only going to do 10. We're going to do it with our gloves this time. We're going to bounce it, and then boom, transfer it. And it's just going to piece together kind of like a puzzle. Pat, 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 pat. You guys see that pat, pat rhythm? First pat, pop. Second pat, right here. Pat, pat. You guys understand that one? So let's do 10 with our glove, pat, pats, and let's get the claw going, but safety first. The last step is to have good position. Now, what do we have in good position for? Vaguely, to catch the ball. Now, the ball is gonna do something, right? It's gonna do something different every time. Mostly it's going to bounce. So that means we need positioning for what? The bounce. But do you remember how many phases there are in a bounce?
3.
So you think it's important to work on all 3 phases? Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna get on our feet, we're gonna go to shortstop, and we're gonna work all 3 of these bounces with the positions for each bounce so that when I start hitting fungos, all you have to do is make a decision. You practiced it already, it's pretty much ingrained in your head, and then we just go trust the decision-making process, which is also a big part of making plays, is making good decisions. Let's go to shortstop, meet you there. Step back. All right, boys, now we're gonna work on the positioning. Let's stick it for now. Let's just go stick and just give me a short bounce, flip it. Just get a short bounce and let's just go pop. And then let's do the same thing we just did over there, right over there. Just pop, pop. So you see how my thumb comes up? Now this allows a beautiful entry to take the ball out. All right. And all you're gonna do is just place your ball, place the glove where you think the ball is gonna bounce. The more you do it, the better you'll get. And you just stay very soft and let it just stick. So we got the short bounce down. That thing is locked up, isn't it? We got it? It's money? Cool. Now we're gonna get the mid bounce. Gallo, I need you. So we're gonna go down to up. And that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna work his hands this way without handcuffing himself. So when he does that, go ahead. Catch and freeze, Gallo. So you see how he caught it here? That's what we want. We don't want to come here and the ball is in space. You want to catch it and then bring it, or catch it here. Just don't come here unless the ball is in your glove, because that's dangerous. Very dangerous, that ball can hit you. So let's do another one. Right there. And that's all we're going to work on, is this move to where I'm really, pop. I know exactly where the hand is. I know where the ball is. All I got to do is get my fingers there and I'm ready to throw. Make sure you lead him to the left shoulder. Left shoulder. Yeah. So you guys ever get bounces like this? Yeah. This is important because every ground ball goes through this phase. It's just where you're positioned. Yeah. You're positioned there to get that bounce, you're gonna get it. This is probably the easiest one you can get. Give me a little higher one. A little higher one so I can show the, a lot higher. Okay, good talk. Right now, if I hit you one ground ball and it's a short bounce or a mid bounce, are you gonna fumble or are you gonna make the play? Who thinks they're gonna fumble? Raise your hand. Who thinks they're gonna make the play? Raise your hand. Who thinks they're gonna make the play twice? Raise both hands. Your armpits are a little sweaty, bro.
Yeah, they are.
No. So now we're gonna do the last phase of the bounce, which is we're gonna make this conscious. We won't make this a mistake. The mistake, you can react and catch that. We're gonna untrain reaction. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split my stance. So if I'm running and I see a ball up here, this is how I'm gonna catch it, or this is how I'm gonna catch it. Doesn't matter, the play will determine that, but let's train both. So right here, he's just gonna throw it, boom, and we're gonna transfer. Right here, and I'm gonna sink my legs so that if I don't have it, boom, right to my chest. That's what I want. Even worse, even better, to the chin. I'm not gonna take one off the chin for you guys, so I hope you guys know what I mean. But the idea is to have this behind it, ooh, like a catcher. You're good with whatever it is. Give me a really low one if you want. Ooh, you will never do that, but let's just practice that. And then once we do that, our next set could be here. Boom, what is my glove doing? Transfer. Am I going out to get it, Owen? Nope, I just lost balance. Luckily I have strong legs because I would have fell forward. And I don't want that. So, boom, boom. Let it come to you, like a fastball. You go get that fastball, you're gonna roll it over. Let the fastball come to you. 5 minutes, let's go. Look at him, look at the gas pedal foot. So there you go, that is an entire breakdown on bounces. Every bounce is gonna be the same, it's just the field might vary, which might affect the bounce, but they're all gonna be consistent in phases between the short, the mid, and the higher chest bounce area. So essentially, to be good with bounces, you also have to be good physically with your hands and your footwork so that you can get into these positions that allow you to use your hands. So you can definitely create good bounce even on You could definitely create good bounces even on a bad field, and you can also get bad bounces on a good field, and it's all solely dependent on your position. So make sure your footwork is lit, your hands are crazy, so that when you do get a chance to use your hands, it's over. Even if you're in a bad position, you can still make up for it with good hands. But let's have everything working in unison all together so that we can just make the play. So with that, go book a call, first link in the video. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about how we can make you a better player. With that, you already know that the time to work is always now.